Hello, and welcome to Ask an Expert with Procedure Solutions Management. My name is James Bennett. I'm the Director of Business Services, and I'm here today with our founder and chairman of the board, Stephen McCord. You mentioned in one of our previous videos that you were a project manager for a team that helped develop the nuclear standards for human factored writing. Could you explain to us a little bit how that same knowledge is applicable to a variety of industries?
Yeah, it's a great question, James. So let me explain how this all came about. So to understand that question and understand how it goes out to other industries, you got to kind of understand where it started in the nuke industry. So as a project manager, one of the things I did was we were having problems in the nuclear industry with regards to people making mistakes. And so there was some task teams put together to kind of look at these problems, because it wasn't just happening at one plant or for one utility. It was pretty much widespread. And there was concerns that continued to occur at the same time that we were starting to be concerned about how the aging workforce was going to impact maintenance and how it's going to be performed and operations coupled with this. But they got looking at it into the procedures of things. And so procedures was the number one tool where they saw a lot of inconsistencies. Despite having tons of procedures as compared to other industries, nothing really ever defined what good looks like as it relates to people making mistakes. They were a very strong technical focus, but not necessarily a focus on the usability of the documents per se, right? And so through some consulting agencies and technical advisory groups, people came together, started looking at these documents, and we found all kinds of inconsistencies out there. As these groups worked together, we came up with some industry standards. And as we developed those industry standards, we realized that these industry standards were not specific to nukes in any way. It was about human performance. It was about how do we write instructions where people were physically going to perform work in a more of a step-by-step manner, such that it was going to improve their comprehension and making things very clear, very concise, technically correct, but still focused on the performer versus more of a purely technical, is it technically right kind of look. So, and when you think about it, since humans basically perform work in almost any industry, despite the fact that the nuclear industry is one that really kind of kicked this thing off and was the one that kind of led this, even then they really weren't leaders in this, because the airline agencies and NASA and other places have been doing it for years, right? But they just took that knowledge, and if you expand that out, basically we help people in any industry take the lessons that we learn there and apply it at your facility or your company. We've been very successful with that, because overall, as the aging workforce has continued to evolve, these challenges have gotten pretty significant, And so now what happens is people that used to know how to do things are looking for procedures to help them fill that how knowledge void that we're seeing. So now as we basically provide information to people, that information, how it's presented, is being really critically looked at. And that's what we do. So it's based on human factors. That's something that was developed in the nuclear industry, but if you think about it, it could be used anywhere. I'm sure that independent of what industry it is, you're going to find that as a problem, right? But yet some people don't recognize it as a problem until the problem happens, and then you're trying to respond to that issue and go forward from there. So overall, this material can be used in anything where people are performing work.
Excellent, thank you. That was a great answer, and if you have any more questions or you'd like to contact us, please feel free to visit us at our website, proceduresolutionsmgmt.com.